All right, we should be live. What is up, guys? Hello, Death, Dustin, Optic, Vice, Hawkus, Earl, Evil Spoon, Cutie QO, Night Sounds. A bunch of people already here. 30 viewers already. Thank you guys very much for being here. I'm gonna try to go pretty fast. You can see behind me, this was the submission for the Where to Summon Q&A. Anyone that wants their specific circumstance addressed, you have to submit it in this format, in this channel on my Discord, the Fast and Fastidious. The biggest, the greatest, the best. Honestly, many people saying the best. The best Watcher Realms Discord on the planet. Yeah, I think so. Basically, yeah, I'm going to go through all of these, answer every specific question. Maybe many of them will be like yours. And you will get if you're on the fence, this maybe will help. Mark is red. Okay, let's start at the top. If anyone doesn't know what's going on, quite the weekend we're getting, and this isn't even going to discuss the Yovar Carnelian banner. I'll put out content on that tomorrow. Going to be unbelievable. I'm going to pull all my ancients for that. If you're curious how much that is, let me actually show you. How much do I have? I believe I want to say 40? 44. I haven't done any of the codex yet. Should be a decent chunk. It should. Probably do my summons on Monday, I think. But I should have at least 50. It should be a lot more. You can see I got a lot of stuff. The boy's ready to cook. I should have another about 30k diamonds coming tomorrow or Friday. Doesn't matter too much to me, though, because I'm not going to pull that hard in this banner, but some of you guys might. So what banners am I talking about? Obviously not the Yovar Carnelian. We have a crazy overlap between a 15x for Lust and Arrogance that is directly tied in to Lust being a limited exclusive hero. So the first instance of Lust is guaranteed by your 250th summon. If you hit her earlier, you lose the guarantee because you already got it. It was guaranteed within 250. It happened. Otherwise, if you make it all the way to 250 without a Lust, number 250 is Lust. If you want to know how to use that to your advantage to basically get a free legendary, I just put out a video earlier on how to do pity manipulation. And yeah, it's confusing though, because this takes a lot, right? 250 for Lust, but at the same time, we're getting the strongest bond pair in the game. Lust and Arrogance, probably the combination, are better heroes, but overall, Silas is the best of these four heroes, and Bonded Silas is just such a freak, so you need Virna for that. And Virna herself is like an S plus AoE DPS mage. Sorry, Motor Mike said he's bussing for Lust. Bussing for Lussin'. I love it. Yeah, go check out that video if you want to know how the pity manipulation works. Thank you, Death. That took me far too long to like script, organize, and film to try to make it clear. I hope it was clear in the end. It's kind of a complicated thing to explain. At least my brain has trouble explaining it. But yeah, we have this crazy overlap on our blue rare summoning crystals, our normal summons, between the special invocation of spirits and the invocation of oath. A lot of people kind of have to know what not just if they should summon. Almost everyone should summon this weekend, but where they should summon. So I put out a lot of content on it, breaking down the banners, breaking down all the heroes, and did a big should you summon video where I tried to address, following like decision tree thinking, where different people should or shouldn't summon and how they should focus their resources. But on top of that, at the end of that video, I did mention there would be a live Q&A. That's what you're watching right now. You can see, I don't know how much this is. 2 dozen, 3 dozen people wrote in. Some people are still writing. But yeah, make sure you do it according to this format. And I figure I'll just go use real life examples, real viewers, players, you guys, case by case, and say what I think you should do. Simple as that. So let's get into it. These are the banners. Let us begin. I saw someone in chat, Anthony Drupp, said, are you going in order of the question asks? Yes, I'm starting here. I'm starting here at Frodo T. Baggin, and we will work our way down to Dare HDO and anyone else that writes in. So you can see people are still writing in, you know, since I announced the stream. So I have, I don't know, 30 accounts, 20 accounts, something like that. Let's go. Up first is Frodo T. Baggin. I'm making people use this format. I want the account levels so I can see how far you've progressed in the game. Spender type, how many dollar bills you spend a month, which of the 4 heroes you already have and at what awakenings, and then how many summons you have saved up, how many diamonds, things like that. And then also your legendaries in case, you know, if you're fiending for like a Silas Virna, maybe you can pop them with the divines. That's a final thing we should explain before we go into the examples. So Lust and Arrogance, this banner, because it's an exclusive banner, is blues only, rare summoning crystals only. There is a direct overlap Friday through Monday with blues only, whatever, 15x for Silas and Virna on this invocation, but they aren't just on the blues because this special divine, you can use legendary summoning crystals. So another way you can maybe pick up copies of those fools. All right, let's go. Frodo T. Baggins, account level 89. So I would think it's a late game to end game account. Spending maybe nothing or 200. Chat, let me know. Does that sound crazy to you? Shout out to Frodo T. Baggin for he's either going to spend nothing or $200. So he's going to spend $0 or 3 1/3 AAA video games. I don't get it. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, Evil Spoon's playing Valorant right now. He's been exposed. He's saying in the chat. So yeah, let's see. He already has Lust at A0, Arrogance at A4, Silas at A2, and Virna at A1. Are you me? I have exactly the same, except my Virna's A1. Your Virna's A0. But I have Lust A0, Arrogance A4, Silas A2, Virna A0. 122 blues, 6 divines, 6,400 diamonds. I do have a nice tool. Let me actually pull that up that I wanted to feature. It's an old tool Malco and I created. This way you can figure out exactly how many summons you're going to get after rebate. So let me show you. Oh no, that's the wrong tool. Frick. All right, I can't use this tool right now. This is not the one I wanted to do. Can I use, give me 1 second. Let's see. Yeah, I have like an ugly version of one that I made a while ago. So let's just use that instead. I think this should be right. Let's try it out. So basically we'll put in the amount of diamonds, the amount of rares, and then we should get leftover diamonds, rare rebate, leftover diamonds, rare rebate. See what we have. We'll leave this blank. I can't. Okay. Then these will always stay as 0. Okay, let's try it out. I really want to like recode this, but I'm not good at like sheets coding, or I guess it's not even coding. It's just using the right commands. Oh, did not mean to expose him. Actually, we didn't really say anything. Let's go here. Okay. So he has, Frodo T. Baggins has 6,400 diamonds, 122 rares. So you can see that comes out to 225 summons, because the 6,400 diamonds, the 112 rares, once you round down the diamonds, we're getting 194, and then we rebate it. So you are just less than max. With the Searing Obsession event, without a doubt, you can go to pity. A3 Silas is super strong, but it's not as strong as an A5 Arrogance. If I was you, simple as that, I would just rip on the Lust banner. If the pity lines up in a certain way, you can do 1 pity manipulation on Silas Virna. But yeah, for you, I would try to just go there, get an extra copy Lust. No reason not to. If you're the kind of person that on a whim might spend $200 in a month, no reason not to go for this. You're going to get, just with rebate, with what you currently have, and then the events over the weekend and natural gameplay rewards from Guild Boss, you will have the 250. You'll probably get it closer to 300. If you spend any amount of money, you can get 300, 400, 500. You can do a pity manipulation. Maybe you'll snag the extra Silas you so desire. But I think guaranteeing yourself the A1 Lust, it's not going to be huge. This kind of account, you see you have Torador, so it's not as thrilling. Lust's A1 is basically non-existent if you have Torador, because her A1 applies a decreased defense, but it's 10% weaker than Torador's. Torador's is permanent. Hers isn't. His is always stronger, 10% stronger, and always there. So hers will never replace it. So if you use Torador, A0 Lust and A1 Lust there's no difference for boss content. For other content, if they're not hitting the same people, it's obviously something. Her A1 for a lot of content, if you have Torador, it's just completely useless. So basically, no reason not to hunt for it, though, because she's a strong hero. The A5 Arrogance is as good a chance as you're going to get. Might as well do the pity manip. You're already there on summons. If this was a free-to-play account, I would just say don't summon at all. But it's not, because you're the kind of one that spends either nothing or 200. There you go. All right, on to Anth. Account level 53. Early mid-game account, fairly young. Free-to-play, except monthly card a few days ago. Assuming a monthly summons, or maybe both monthly cards. Only has an A0 Virna. As of right now, 6,566 diamonds, 41 blues, 3 divines. $65, 66, 41. 115 summons with all the rebate. On average, you're looking at 133 summons, so slightly over halfway to pity. Even with the monthly card you bought and the events, you'll probably be slightly short of guarantee. If you're the kind of person that already dropped like $10 on the monthly, if it will only take like one good pack to probably get you over the edge, I would think by Monday, by the time the event ends, you'll pick up at least, with the event and normal accumulation, you should pick up at least 40 summons. That put you like 173. So let's just add a 40 there. And then you'll see the rebate actually makes it stronger. So you're at 180. At that point, you're 70 away. So I would make the call if I was you. Do you see yourself buying 70 summons worth of diamonds and rare summoning crystals? If so, go get that lust. It's guaranteed as a free to play, and at this point, you'd become a low spender. Bird in the hand is worth a lot more than one in the bush, because if you go for these banners, you could easily, you have about a 20 to 21% on each of these heroes, on the all of the 15x heroes. I can show you those rates if you guys want, or you can just trust me. Yeah, otherwise I would just go for this and try to grab the Silas. Nothing would change more. If you don't know you're going to get to 250, just go for the Silas. That's what I would do if I was you, Anth. There you go. Let's go to Daniel S. Account level 71, 100% free to play. Only a lust, none of the others. 250 summons saved. This is definitely the hardest one so far. Let's see. He went into detail. My roster has some decent fighters: Lust, Valderon, Valkyra, Helga, Jira. Calling those fighters decent is offensive to like anyone without goated fighters. That's so much better than decent. It's ridiculous. Kind of lured until getting Silas or Virna. Still afraid of doing because of the rare chance of getting them. Other choice would be to go for Lust and get another legendary on the way down, or try to pity manipulate for the Silas banner. Yeah, I mean, you can swing a pity manipulation. You don't need those rate up heroes. I would say if you have Torador, don't go for A1 Lust. If you don't, you can be welcome to do it. For me, if you're a pure free to play, I would pull on Silas Virna. I don't think you have the luxury to be maxing this and the other. If you had like 400 summon saves, I'd say hit a Lust. You can probably pity and manipulate twice on your way there. But otherwise, yeah, this is the trickiest one. Your fighters are already so good. You know, Arrogance would be your second best fighter after Valderon, but still, I mean, you have everything. You know, it'd be nice. You're basically just missing Arrogance and Zila too. Silas and Virna would be pretty massive. It's unlikely you're going to get both, but you got to chip away somehow. Yeah. Yeah, if you can get that number to like 350, you can give yourself at least one, maybe two pity manipulations and take it to another level. If you don't think you're going to make it that high, I think I would just go straight for Silas Virna, because I can't imagine they're running that again anytime soon. I already signed in for Summoning Party, but I'm going to go back up because of your video. It really helped for my decision. Don't know what that means, but thank you, Yelnick. I don't know what go back up means. Fakey, pretty new, so I don't know how fast you get summons. I watched a ton of your videos to get a grasp of the game. Still kind of hard to sum up what I should do. Prob, summon for Lust, not sure. Very new, early game account, level 38. Spending about $70 to $110 a month. Converting from the euros. Only have A0 Silas. Summons at the time of writing is 89 and 5,900. 11 legendary summoning crystals. I would rip those 11 legendary summoning crystals on the Silas Virna Divine first. See if you hit a Virna. Or maybe you get an A1 Silas, but see how that goes. Decide, you know, because if you hit it already, if you get lucky, then you've got the bomb. Then you can just go all in, even if you're not going to make it to pity. But otherwise, if you're willing to spend 100 euros in the month, and you've already got 89 and 5,900, that's already 180 summons. You could easily buy enough for the guarantee. Yeah, you should do the divines first. If you're willing to spend a little money, get the guarantee, and then you can do one. You'll have enough for one. If you spend the money, you'll have enough for one pity manipulation. Otherwise, you're going to have to play it by ear based on how you choose to spend in the end. This is not a separate. You're watching what I'm reading right now, Fonsley. I told everyone they had to submit this way, and this is how we're going through it. So I'm just taking you through it. Lanchero. Account level 65, free to play. A0 Arrogance, A0 Silas. Definitely has enough to make it 164 with 8k gems. So you're looking at almost exactly 250. He'll get stuff over the weekend from the event. We'll get rebate. Without a doubt, you should go for Lust to pair with your Arrogance, because that is a bond in the hand where Virna, you're going to have about a 20% chance to hit her each time you hit a legendary on that banner. However, with that much, even as a free-to-play, with the events this weekend, and the rebate, I think you're looking at it, you're going to have about 300, maybe just slightly over 300 summons. I think it's really likely you can do one pity manipulation. You should go watch my video. That's what I would do. Maybe you pick up your Virna that way. But without a doubt, in this specific situation, in the mid game, early, late game, I don't know exactly where you are, as is mid game. No, I absolutely pick up that Lust for your Arrogance, and then Lust herself is just awesome. No Divines. Okay, yeah. Fat Nudes. Cool name. Cool name. So I'm free to play. I have an A1 Lust, but no Arrogance. I have a Virna, but no Silas. I have 130 blue summons and 8k gems, so slightly under the 250. The rebate will get you there, and certainly the event summons over the weekend will get you there. So in the dark is what to do. I don't know how you could possibly be so in the dark. I've put out so much content on this. I'm sure other people have as well. Makes any difference? I have A1 Comet, A1 Hex. It does not make any difference. A year into the game, events like this make my brain S itself. No idea how you could have no idea what to do. I addressed this circumstance specifically. Yeah, I mean, A2 Lust is going to be quite nice. If you're a year in still without a Silas, honestly, well, I don't know how you're a year in account level 74. We've got a lot to unpack here. So you've taken some time off from the game, I presume. That's like, yeah, that's unimaginable to be, no criticism. That's just like a very casual playing, for a full year, right? Like my Epic account is a month and a half, and it's somewhere in the mid 60s. Not that it's competition, but just to give people perspective for another kind of free to play account. This says spender free to play. Oh, spender type is free to play. You can get yourself a pity. You already have an A1 Lust. It doesn't sound like you need that much, but you might pick up an Arrogance along the way. The Silas would be the biggest boost, but yeah, I think this is a hard one. 130 and 8k. Let's actually do the math. $256 summons, so you're just there with the rebate. You'll probably be at about 280, 290 by the end of by Monday. Yeah, if you want to YOLO for Silas, if you've actually been playing for a year, you should be able to get 2 legendaries on that banner. Each time you'll have an 80% chance you don't hit him, so you have a 64% chance if you hit twice that you won't hit him. So that means if you hit 2 legendaries, you'll have a 36% chance one of those is Silas. At least one of those is Silas. I think if I was you, I like those odds. I mean, if you're truly a year in without Silas, it's pretty huge. Otherwise, go for the Arrogance and the guaranteed A2 Lust. You know you can make it there. Yeah, it's completely up to you. This is a very unique playing situation. Did I misread something? A year in, yeah. I don't know. You certainly don't need Lust, right? You already have A1 Lust, but you're free to play. You're not getting A5 Lust anytime soon. Yeah, I think if I was you, I'd straight YOLO Silas, but if you want something a little more secure, go to Lust. Maybe you can, if things work out perfectly, like in my simple example from the video on how to pity manipulate I released a couple hours ago. If that happens, then you can get 1 pity manipulation in. But yeah, you didn't say if you have any divines, so I'm assuming you have none. If I was you, I'd probably balls to wallet on Silas, but that's your call. All right, account level 66 for Mezon. 6 spender type free to play. Lots of free to play. I have none of the champions. 40 rares, 44k gems, 2 legendaries. Use the 2 legendaries to start off without a doubt on Silas and Virna. You never know. You might hit each one on each. But with that few of summons, not to criticize, but right there, even with a rebate, we're talking maximum 100 summons, probably more like the high 90s. You're not guaranteed anything. If you have none of these, if I was you, you're such a new account, level 66, I would think you're only playing for a couple months. I would just YOLO for Lust because she doesn't come around very often, and maybe you'll hit it. It's not, I would guess you have such a barren account just because you're only level 66. You probably only have a handful of legendaries. Like my Epic's account is free to play. I obviously don't use any of the legendaries I've pulled, but I believe I've pulled 6 or 7 legendaries. So you just need to fill out that roster. Just YOLO for Lust. Maybe you'll pick up something else along the way. I think you for sure, since you're not going to be able to get to the 250, but you're literally missing everything, I think it's time for Lust. The only other consideration, I did talk about this in my video yesterday, my Should You Summon yesterday, is just like who you already have. So like if you already have Valderon and Zealatu, then go for Silas, right? Or you know, but if you already have Comet, so you don't need the AoE in Virna, and you already have Sargok or Lucius or something, then go on the Lust Arrogance. But everything else was easy. You know, like all else equal in this specific situation with how early you are free to play and the fact that Lust isn't coming back for at the earliest 5 months after this, that would be Valentine's Day. Just YOLO for Lust. Maybe you'll hit early. Or yeah, the other option is skip all of them, which I don't think you can afford to do since you're so early on. You're free to play and this is such a good weekend. You could save and just hope Kagiri comes soon. By the time he does come, it's a good chance you do have 250 summons. But I think you're too early in the game. You need to be summoning. I would probably YOLO for Lust unless, you know, you're already completely set on fighters and then you need the mages and the marksmen. All right. Triscaro, we got a low spender, $15 a month. So I'm assuming that's like a Priv card and a pack, a tiny pack, something like that. I don't know all the prices. Level 65, low spender, none of the champs, 108 rares, 183 into pity, 5.5 gems, 9 legendaries. Do the legendaries first, see what you hit. You can let that guide you. Like if you hit a Virna, then yeah, I would YOLO for Silas. Otherwise, I'd probably just go for Lust. You're in a very similar situation to this guy over here. This won't get you to pity, right? Here we're looking at about, I can do the math for you, but pre-rebate, you're looking at like 170 summons. So let's do the math. Uh, 170 on the dot. The boy nailed it. Comes out to 197. I guess through events, and especially if you're willing to spend another 10 or 15 bucks, you could get there. So yeah, if you okay, I take that all back. You actually can get there to the guarantee, so just go for the guarantee. Simple as that. Nothing else to do it. Does Lust do good damage at AoE at A0? Yes, my Lust is A0. And she's on my Guild Boss 1 team that can do like 70k plus. She's great. And she does a lot of cool supporting ability as well. I just broke down her whole kit and everything in my video yesterday as well when I went through all the heroes. All right, here's a big boy. 500 summons overall, both for legendary. I think he means all 4 legendary heroes. Not a spender. Go for the guaranteed Lust save for Kagiri. If you have 500 summons, I would just pick up an extra Lust copy, because at 500, even as a free to play, no question, you know, you'll have 250 after, right? Maybe you'll hit her early too. Totally up to you, though. I don't know how aggressively you run a Nightmare team, Air Yo-Yo or Air Jojo. Or Jojo. Yeah, I think you also, I mean, if you're a pure free to play and you're not in any rush, you didn't tell me what account level you're on. Honestly, now that I look at it, I shouldn't have even answered this because I said I wasn't going to answer ones that didn't write it properly. So I will probably cut this off right now so I can focus on the other people. But if you're deep enough into the game that you're free to play who's consistently having this many summons and you already have all 4, just hard skip and wait for a Kagiri or something. Account level 99, free to play, endgame or near endgame player, A0 Arrogance, A1 Lust, A1 Silas. You already know the answer. Come on, dude. You already know the answer. 400 summons, 200 rares, 12k gems, 5 divine into pity. Okay, rip some divines to see if you can pick up a Virna. Start with the Silas Virna banner, then move over to Lust Arrogance. Do 1 pity manipulation, see if you hit Virna then you'll get Lust, maybe you hit her early. The second you hit Lust and you lose the guarantee or you make it to 250, you move back to Silas Virna and unload everything there, hoping to pick up a Virna. Easy as that. That's what I would do. Assuming you're like an endgame player, or close to it. Because you made it this far without a bonded Silas. You could YOLO, but with this many summons, I'd say on average you'll hit about 3 legendaries. So you're talking like 50-50 that one of them was Virna. Pretty big gamble. If you're free to play, I would do the first thing I said. Okay, account level 83, $100 a month. So we've got like a dolphin, a near dolphin, a medium but higher end of medium spender. Have everybody but lust. I mean, bro, enough said. Done. You go on the lust. This one is the easy. Oh no, it says lust right here. You have everybody. Ooh, 100 but the monk spender. You have everybody, so you're just hunting awakens. All right, this is super easy. So 220 and 12k gems. This still is the easiest one because 12k diamonds, 220, 413. You're guaranteed a pity manipulation. Just do that. You probably can even pity manipulate twice. Did you list the pity? I think you did, right? Fresh off pity. If you hit an early one and you don't have to go the first one to max pity, you can rip 2 pity manipulations. Actually, I take that back. You probably can only do one. No, you can only do 1 pity manipulation, but yeah, do the singular pity manipulation. No, you could rip 2 because you could fresh pity. You hit it like this is enough summons. Like fresh pity, you hit at 200 or 205. You know, that's when if you have to go to pity, you go to the other one. You hit a legendary. You come back. You rip like 40. Now you've got your lust at 245. You come back. You rip 160. You come back. You're at 5. That's what you should do, without a doubt, in my opinion. Account level 76, $30 per month. None of the heroes. 9 into biddy, 11 divines, 489 reg. Same exact thing, horse or not, as above. Rip all the divines first, see what you hit. Or rip all the divines first. You might even hit arrogance. You don't know, even though it's off banner. Then you can pull off 2 pity manipulations on this one. That's what I would do. Or if you're more into arrogance, then you just do only 1 at the end. Think you want to save your divines for Bubba? That's not crazy at all. I mean, it's up to you. The only thing that's crazy about that is Bubba could be months. It might not be weeks. But yeah. Bonus question, sure. 16 away from Ancient, you have Aracha. Worth it going for Yovar. He's got Praetus. No. You're freaking stacked already. Aracha's good enough. You got Ingrid, you got Tor, you got Yovar. Crazy account. Just wait for when the... I mean, yeah, I would wait for when the Nightmare exclusive comes or when they... I don't know. I was going to say when they rerun Valderon, but he did just come. I take it back. Go for Yovar. Because, yeah, the only thing that's going to up... Because you have Cyrus down here, too, right? You have everybody. Who are you missing? Soul Cadens, but clearly you didn't just go for him, or maybe that's where you built the pity. I don't see a Twin Fiend. Go for Yovar. Live a little. It is a major upgrade. Level 100, nice endgame account here. Sind, spend $50 a month. Got all 4 heroes, all A0 except Silas is A1, 80k on Nightmare 4, 150 on Apocalypse 2, 250 rare summons, 10 divines, 9k dimes. Yeah, your options are, you're in a similar boat to me with these numbers. Your APOC's better. But yeah, very similar. I would basically just say if you're feeling spicy and you don't want to sit around waiting, not knowing when these banners could come, the new banners, I would do 250 with a singular pity manipulation, exactly like you said. I would not use any of these divines. Or if you're happy where you are, which quite frankly you should be, so if you don't have that itch to pull, I wouldn't pull anything. I would just save it if you're in no rush. Another pretty easy one. Edane. Quick reminder to like the stream, everybody. I'm seeing 120 viewers and only 20 likes. Come on. We're better than that. Come on. Edane, level 89, $50 a month. A0 Lust, A0 Silas, missing the other 2. 250 rares, 12 divines, 6.5 diamonds. I save the divines. You're going to do so this 6.5 diamonds. So you're looking at like just exactly enough to do at least the 1 pity manipulation. Rip a bunch of lust summons to the end. If you don't hit early, do the pity manipulation like I articulated in my video. If you still haven't hit Virna after that, grab your lust, go back and hunt for the Virna, in my opinion. But actually, before you do that, then you rip the divines. If you hit early, then you get to save the divines. But actually, I do think this one's pretty straightforward. If you, let's see, you have Element and Zeala 2. Now you need Arrogance. So you're rocking the Lust and Arrogance banner, 1 pity manipulation at the end, or the one you can fit in along the way. Hit your Lust. If in that time you didn't pick up Arrogance, if in that time you somehow picked up a Virna, then you're good to go. If you didn't, and you picked up Arrogance, obviously switch. Even if you missed and then if you missed Arrogance, what you should do is rip the 12 Divines first. If you still haven't hit Virna, unload the rest, whatever couple you have left over on Silas and Virna. If you do hit Virna, unload the little rest on Arrogance. I hope that was clear. Was that clear, chat? That one I think is actually very straightforward advice, so I hope I said it correctly. Fonsley, account level 84, progression late game, spender type free to play, 50 into pity, 4 normal divines. This doesn't help me. Are you there, Fonsley? I saw you in chat before. What does this mean? Into pity 50 normal. This is how far into pity you are? Oh, here are your summons. I get it. This is, you're just adding your pity here. I want to know how many summons you had, but you wrote it down here. Got it. Which of the 4 heroes do you have already? Lust, Arrogance, Silas, no Virna. I mean, you know what to do, bro. 300 summons, 14 divines. Okay, first things first, you start with the divines. There's no question. You start with the divines. See if you can hit a Virna. Honestly, given where you are, level 84 late game, you don't need the Lust Awakenings. You're free to play. You're not getting A5 Lust anytime soon. I just don't think any of this matters. If you whiff on these 14 divines and you don't pick up a Virna, for your account specifically, I would completely skip Lust. And I would just take your chances on getting a Virna for your Silas. Because you're going to have 300 summons. You should be good for 2 legendaries unless you're unlucky. That would give you like a 36%. So just over a 1 in 3 chance to hit a Virna. If I was you, I would take those odds as a free to play because having the bonded Silas is going to be monstrous for you. Yeah. So, start with the divines and hopefully you hit a Virna from the divines. Doesn't matter. I don't have a Piercer Legendary Lord, and Silas is on every one of my teams for normal PvE content. Most people don't have a Piercer Legendary Lord. We're all out here just using whatchamacallit. Oh my god, what's her name? Lunarian. What's the new girl's name? I can't even remember. Keep wanting to say Ezra. Eliza. Yeah, Eliza. Yeah, there's no question. Rip those 14, hopefully you hit a Virna, and then you get to focus on the other banner, or even just save. Probably that's what I would do. Actually, yeah, let me flesh this out even further. If you hit Virna, honestly, I know it's frustrating advice here, I would just save. Wait for the next thing, because it's not the A1 Lust is not going to change your world. The A4 Arrogance is not going to change your world. If you're patient and you're willing to be patient, I would wait around for the new banners. I could see Xena being huge in upcoming content. Bubba is going to be a must-have for any serious player. And Kagiri, you don't want to be completely drained for Kagiri in case he comes early. But that's up to your risk appetite. Leonhardt. Okay, I'm conflicted. A1 Arrogance, A0 Silas, 95 summons, 61 pity. That's not how this works. But thank you. Far from 250. Yeah, you won't hit it. Level 40, everything at 21. AMR 18, 50k blood, nice. Apox, 1 on 30, 2 on 8. Arena, all of them stuck plat 3. Codex in the late game codex. A1 Silas, I don't think is going to do that much for you. The attack speed's nice. It's not going to change the whole world. What will do a lot for you is going to be that bonded Silas. Because if I'm not mistaken, right, you are missing Virna and Lust. You can't guarantee yourself a Lust. It's about risk appetite. You didn't say what kind of spender you are. I don't know if you're there in chat. But if you're not a spender, you're not getting the guaranteed Lust. So it's are you going to gamble and try to pick up a Lust, or are you going to suck up and be realistic and try to go for Virna, which is the more powerful bond? Let's actually see how good your AoE heroes look. Pseudo AoE OP in Praetus, nice demi, but not exactly what we're looking for. I don't see. I don't see a Comet. I don't see a Boreas. Am I blind, chat? Comet, Boreas. Oh, there's Boreas. Yeah, looking at where did you just go? I would be inclined for you to pick up the Virna, given where you are. You're going to be able to rock 1 pity. Whichever one you go, you're going to have a 20% chance to hit the hero you want. A1 Silas will be more helpful than A2 Arrogance, even though A2 Arrogance gives you a step in the right direction towards A3 and A5. Nah, I'd YOLO for Lust if I was you. That's my final decision. Mr. Clown, I'm level 82, free to play. A0 Lust, Arrogance A2, Silas A1, Virna A0. So you have everything. Worth it to pull for Arrogance Lust to get Lust A1, Arrogance A3. 2,219,000 diamonds. You've been saving 435 summons. I'll tell you exactly how many summons it should be. It is. Wow, okay. Correct. I mean, if you're a pure free-to-play level 82, I'd skip all of these banners. That's the honest advice. Otherwise, go for your Lust and do a pity manipulation. But yeah, if you're really pure free-to-play level 82 and if you're patient, Mr. Clown, it's funny to say, just skip them, honestly. Chances of picking up a game, like you're gonna have to pick up multiple awakenings to change your game. You're gonna have to, as good as A3 Arrogance is, right? It would just be, you would think of it as steps towards A5. Lust, I sincerely don't think her awakenings are so mind-blowing, except, I mean, they're very good, but it's like not worth ditching other future banners as a free-to-play for, except for the A5, but you're not getting there as a free-to-play. Virna is good enough at A0. Silas, you know, A3 is nice, but you'd have to be pretty darn lucky. Yeah, if you're willing to be patient, suck it up and just do nothing. Otherwise, Lust with a double pity manipulation, I think you can pull off. And then I would unload everything else. And then I would save everything else once you hit the 250. Huggins just joined, watching a few days, started playing. Day 115. What's up, Huggins? Account level 73, low spender. Okay. No copies of anybody. 335 summons. Valderon, Valeria, Abomination, Helga, Rest, Marksman, Micah, Calypso. Oh, we're missing like everything. The AoEs are really good. That's funny. Who cares? Doing pretty good on gear raids. Vietnam the least. I assume he means Virna. Not taking shots at the Vietnamese. Just pulled her artifact. Her artifact is goated. Plan Lust plus Pity times 2 on Silas if possible. Pity times 2? Bro. How are you getting Pity times 2 with 495? You think you're going to hit her early? What does he have again? He's missing anybody? Yeah, without a doubt, you're going for Lust, right? You have easily enough to get there, and you're missing all of them. I would do Lust and see if you could throw in 2 pity manipulations, minimum 1 pity manipulation. After you hit her, reassess based on what you picked up along the way. If you make it there and you pick up, you know, like an Aurum, Calypso, and then Lust, so you're just Lust A0 and then everything else nothing, I would unload on Silas Virna. Account level 83. $200 a month. We got a nice spender here. Arrogance A2, Silas A0, Virna A0. I mean, bro, what are you asking me? What is there to... Am I crazy, chat? Are you going to rip all this? Is that what it is? Oh, that's the question. You're ripping everything. You want to know how hard you're ripping everything. Because this is a tremendous amount of summons. 535 and 41, 360. Yeah, this is 1,166 summons if you want to use it all on average. Sounds like you $200 a month, you'll be able to stock up for future stuff. I would do Lust, no pity manipulation except for 1 at the end if it lines up. So that obviously you're picking up your Lust. At that point, you decide how crazy an endgame kind of whale you want to be. Because you can just try to pick up Lust dupes, because you should, at that point, you'll have about 700 summons left. You'd like to think you'd pick up at least 1, if not 2 Lust. Maybe you'll get really lucky and pick up 3. Realistically, I think you'll pick up 1 or 2, so you'll be looking at A1 or A2 Lust. With these kind of spending habits, you could definitely get her A5 by Valentine's Day. A0 Virna, A0 Silas, so you're multiple awakenings away to get Silas where he needs to be. I like his A1. I don't think it's too special. His A2 is nice with the additional attack for sure, but you really be looking at A3. I don't see that happening for you unless you get lucky. You're on a big progression path here with this amount of money spent and this amount of savings already. So yeah, if I was you, I would just completely ball out for lust dupes. You can decide when to stop. I wouldn't run this down to the bone if I was you, so I wouldn't use all 1100. Maybe get lust to A1. Let's see, did you have Torador here? No Torador. Yeah, get your lust in A1. Do one pity manipulation at the end, but mostly just lean in hard to the lust arrogance banner. Count level 72, free to play, 112 blue summons, 161 plus diamonds. I'm assuming 161 plus worth of summons. A0 Silas, A3 Arrogance, no Lust, no Virna. If that means 161 diamonds worth of summons, then we're looking at 273 summons with the rebate. Probably if you don't get unlucky, you could pull off one manipulation. That's what I would do. So go 250 for Lust, do one manipulation at the end if it lines up well. Hopefully you hit her early, honestly. And then if you do hit early, unload for Virna. You didn't say if you have any gold summons. If you have any gold summons, I would kick it off with that. Or at least do that before you do the pity manipulation. So like do that before you if you've got your Lust like 220 and then you're deciding if you're going to switch or not for a manipulation, do the divines first. Count level 74, $300 a month, only Virna Awakenings, about 350, no divines. Buddy, if you're a $300 a month spender, time to spend. This is a great weekend to spend if you only have Virna. I would spend a lot to make it, instead of 350 summons, make it about 600 summons. Spend that $300. I mean, I think if you get good deals with the stuff going on this weekend, you should get at least $1 a summon, I would think. So you spend the $300, you're talking 650 with rebate, with the in-game stuff, maybe even get some good deals. I think you're looking at 7 to 800 summons. Well, with the rebate, it's like 750 to 850 summons. Do Lust, do a pity manipulation. Do Lust, one pity manipulation on the way. If you haven't hit Arrogance yet, I would go for Arrogance. You didn't tell me what kind of fighters and stuff you have. I didn't ask. It's tough to say. Okay. Do Lust, 2 pity manipulations along the way, assuming you spend that $300. Then assess. If you haven't hit Arrogance yet, look at your fighters, because I don't know who your fighters are. If you're really missing a bunch of fighters and at that point you only have the Lust you just pulled and that's it, then I would go for Arrogance. But if it's like Lust and then you also have like a Zealot or Valeria or Valkyra or Valderon or so on and so on, then go and hunt for that Silas with the remaining couple hundred. Account level 62. So many of these. I'm not even halfway done. I gotta go faster. Account level 62, $100 a month, 0 banner heroes, rare and diamonds, 221 summons, 6 divines. Dang, you have none of them. So rare and divines at 221 plus rebate plus events, you'll get Lust, rip Lust to the pity. If you didn't pick up an Arrogance along the way, I would do any remaining there. Or actually, before you do any remaining, rip the divine, see if you pick up Virna or Silas. If you pick up one of them, I'd rip. Maybe if you pick up both, that's awesome. Then you'd go for Arrogance. If you pick up one of them and you need the other, I'd go for the other. So I'd use any remaining summons going for the missing Silas or the missing Virna once you have, half the bond. If somehow you get both the bond, then you do the remaining on Arrogance. But this will end up being 250 plus, but no manipulation in your future. Count level 40, spender type, free to play, low spender. That's not a thing. It's a binary. Have you spent the dollar or not? 0, the banner heroes, 300 summons, no divines. Full stop. 1. If you get really lucky and it lines up that it would only take a handful of summons, like we're talking 20, 30, 40, then you do one manipulation at the end on the Lust banner. Otherwise, you just rip it to 250 and then reassess whether you pulled an Arrogance or not. But I would honestly, you're just ripping unless you hit Arrogance along the way and then you hit Lust at 250, then you can unload the last couple you have on Silas Virna. Otherwise, you do a singular pity manipulation and then you unload on Lust Arrogance. Thank you, Maku. I'm not even halfway done. Okay. Society and Juiced will be the last ones, and then I'm done because this is going to take too long. So Shaggy Thor, Society and Juiced, and that's it. I gotta go faster. All right, 89, $10 a month. You have a copy of everyone except for Silas. I mean, bro, you know what to do. I don't think you have the luxury. If you're level 89 and you still don't have Silas, you already have A1s for Beer and Arrogance and A0 Lust. Everything for Silas. Yeah, that's what I would do. If you feel like you don't want to be risky because you're a $10 a month spender, then yeah, you can go to Lust with what is this, 210 and 11K. So yeah, with one pity manipulation along the way. And then after Lust, you can unload for Silas. But honestly, just looking at this Mally, I would just unload for Silas. Do you really need Silas with everything clear without him? I think so, but it's up to you. Account level 74, free to play, Virna A0, and none of the other banner heroes. 1130 gems. I mean, just go for Silas. It's so little, you know. That you're talking what with the rebate, like 30 summons, maybe 50 by the end of the weekend. Yeah, just keep rolling the dice. Hope to get a Silas for your Virna. Level 72, free to play. Willing to spend a little bit. A3 Virna, no Silas. Non-awakened Arrogance, but no Lust. A0 would be an easier way to say it. 1344 diamonds, 19 normal summons. Ancients don't play in here. So you have no Silas, no Lust. It's the same as before. This is up to you. I don't know if you already here. What I'll say is if you already have Lucius or Sargok or Yovar, you know, some elite single target piercing damage mage, you know, you can skip Silas and go for the Arrogance to get him. He'll be boosted by Lust or to get Lust, and she'll boost your Arrogance, and then she'll be instantly boosted. But if you're with this few summons, if your marksmen aren't already looking good, single target wise, piercing damage, then just everything for Silas. Hope that makes sense. Count level 52, A0 Virna, no Silas, and then neither Lust or Arrogance. 316 available, including diamonds, 5 gems, 5 divines, 50 ancients. I rip the divines first. Hopefully you get a Silas. Assuming you don't, then you do the 316 with rebate, and then with the events over the weekend, you should definitely be able to do one pity manipulation. That's exactly what you should do. You pick up a Lust, and then as soon as you do your pity manipulation, you pick up a Lust. If that one pity manipulation didn't give you Silas, or you didn't randomly pick them up along your way, you unload the rest for Silas. Otherwise, you unload the rest for Arrogance and maybe a Lust dupe. Should I summon up to 200 on the Lust banner first? I take that back. So you do the one manipulation. If that manipulation didn't, maybe this is what I said. If that manipulation doesn't get you Silas, then after your 250, any left over, unload it for Silas. It should only be a couple dozen. If you did pick up Silas, then you stay and hunt for Arrogance. If you picked up Arrogance along the way, then obviously you go to Silas. There you go. But Silas priority over Arrogance, but clearly you're going to go for get your one Lust copy for sure with this situation. Should I summon up to 200 Lust banner first if I not pull her? Yes, correct. Just follow the video that I posted today. Count level 69, anywhere from 2 to 120. It's a major, crazy range. 6-fold of difference. A0 Silas, no one else. 223 blues, 600 diamonds. So that is like, I don't even think you can manipulate. Yeah, just pull Lust at 250. Get your Lust at 250. You'll have some amount of summons left over after that. And then if you magically picked up Virna along the way on the Lust Arrogance banner, then good, stay there and go for Arrogance. If you picked up Arrogance or you didn't, doesn't matter. Once you get your Lust, if you still haven't got Virna, somehow again magically you go to the Silas banner and go try to get Virna. Have some good Nightmare Fighters, the freebies, and also Valeria for marksman. For marksman, I have Hex, but a Silas would really help. Yeah, I mean, of course, you can't compare Hex and Silas, guys. Sex and Hylas. I mean, obviously for Guild Boss, you kind of can, assuming your Silas is bonded and your Hex like doesn't have a Suture of Capris, but like one's magic damage, one's piercing. It's completely different for content. Not sure how close I can get to the 250. Well, you didn't tell me how much your stuff is, bruh. You did up here. You can. I already went through this. I already went through this one. I already answered, Ant. Marksman, Hex, and time. Yeah, this what I said before holds true. Piercer mages. If I said piercer mages, I mean marksman, obviously. Sorry. Lucius can put out a ton if he's got an Ingrid or a Leia. But unless you've got those legendary lords, Watchguard is not even close to meta, but you can make it work. Account level 55, free to play, A0 Silas. That's it. 174 rares, 6K diamonds, 317 total. You got a little rebate too, 5. I ripped the 5 divines at the beginning to see if you get Virna. No, take that back. Rare pity. So I'd use the rare pity to start. Use the rare pity on Silas Virna. That's how I'd kick it off. Then you go to Arrogance Lust. You go the whole way. If you don't hit Lust early, you do 1 pity manipulation. Then you go. If you're still missing Arrogance and Virna, rip the 5 divines. If you're still missing Virna, all the remaining summons on Silas Virna. If you did hit a Virna along the way, all the remaining stuff for Arrogance, unless you already had him, obviously. There we go. What's up, Goon? Account level 36, free to play, A1 Silas. As an account level 6, free to play, you have an A1 Silas. Everything going for Virna. 47 summons, all of them on Virna. Account level 51, free to play, none. 150 summons, 2 divines. All right, rip the 2 divines. If you hit Silas or Virna, then use the remaining 150 on Silas and Virna. If you don't hit Silas and Virna, use all 150 for Lust Arrogance. Yeah. Level 54, free to play with or privilege card to play. A0 Lust, A0 Virna. 36 summons, 48,000 diamonds, 7 to 10 divines. Okay, rip all your divines. See if you pick up a Silas. That's how you should start. And then let's see, 48K and 36. Are you a content creator with those numbers? Those are really content creator numbers because it means you use your rare summons because you're trying to make content, but then you keep getting diamonds. This is like what my situation looks like. That's 581. All right, rip all the divines. Thank you, Steven. I already answered that. If you're the one who asked it in here, I already answered that. But it depends on your other lords. You should only use your Ancient Pity for Yovar given you have Aracha if you already also have Ingrid and Praetus, I would say. Ingrid, Praetus, and Torador. Because then if you have Torador, you can justify not going for the Ancient Exclusive Lord. So yeah, if you have Ingrid, Torador, and Praetus, then you can do it. Otherwise, wait. Okay, where were we? A0 Lust, A0 Virna, and it comes out to like, what did I say it was? 580, 675 summons. Holy crap. Okay, rip. Use your summons and diamonds, not your divines, your blues and your diamonds on Silas Virna first. See if you can hit an early Silas. If you don't, then do the Lust Arrogance banner with 2 pity manipulations. If you don't hit Lust early, obviously. Then if those 2 pity manipulations still didn't give you Silas, and you didn't pick it, still didn't give you Silas, after you get your Lust, unload everything on the other banner till you get Silas. If after that, this is a couple good. If after that, you didn't pick up Arrogance along the way as well, so now you have an A1 Lust, A0 Virna, A0 Silas. I would unload everything so you get an Arrogance copy, then stop. If you did pick up an Arrogance along the way to Lust somehow, then just try to get 1 copy of Arrogance, 1 copy of Silas. Follow the steps I said, but once you've hit all of that, so you're at A1 Lust, A0 Virna, A0 Silas, A0 Arrogance. Personally, given your privilege to play, I would stop. Refresh the stream minimum. Yovar is completely broken with or without Silas. He doesn't need Silas. Hi Fasty, 87, $20 a month. You have a copy of everybody, all of them A0. 209 rares, 14 divines, 6.2k diamonds. Really thinking of going for A1s. $20. It's a so Bemis. It's about your risk appetite. I would say it's unlikely the new heroes come sooner than a month, but it could happen. So if you're willing to think it's going to be a month or more, take the risk. And then yeah, I would rip on Silas Virna with one. I would rip on Lust Arrogance with one pity manipulation, then hit your Lust and then stop. Otherwise, I wouldn't pull it all if I was you. It's up to you though. It's up to your risk appetite. You're dead wrong, Bleed. His Lord skill is like completely goated, as good as Aracha, in some content better. And then as a hero, he is definitely top tier. So that combination decided Triple S. He's rated Triple S as a hero. That includes his kit and his lordship. You know, the fact that he's even comparable to Silas's damage, and he's a better lord than Aracha. It's just there's just enough said. Just to damage, yeah. So maybe he's S+ for damage instead of Triple S. Yeah, I would agree. He's slightly worse than Silas for damage. All right, we covered Bemis. Happy. 3 yellow summons for $10. Okay. A1 Lust, A1 Silas, 50 blues, 3,500 diamonds, 10 away from Pity. Rip your Pity on the Silas Virna banner and see if you get Virna. No, I take it back. 6 divines. I didn't see that. Rip the 6 divines on Silas Virna, the legendary banner. If you don't hit Virna, then use the Pity on Silas Virna. If you hit her, obviously move over to Arrogance and Lust. And if you don't, go for a gut call. But for me, I would still just keep hunting for Virna. That's me personally. Level 85, free to play. A0 Lust, A1 Virna, A0 Arrogance, A1 Silas. Late game, 20k diamonds, 150. Blah, blah, blah. I have Tortor, don't have Eloin. Safe. This person should not summon, in my opinion. If you're actually free to play, don't summon. Given the situation, good enough. Level 96 for Eric, 320 blues. Low spender. Just tell me the number, bro. 600 diamonds, 42 into Pity. All 4 at A0. A1 Lust along the way, and then whatever you have for Kigiri. Number 1 hope is Eloin. I really like this idea. That's what I would do. I would do go for Lust, 1 pity manipulation at the end yeah, you have to do it. If it lines up that it's like a really clean one and you basically are getting the free hero, then do it. Otherwise, just take her to the end and be done. So do that 250. Only do the pity manipulation if your total summons are going to be like 300 or less. That's what I would say. Otherwise, just do pure 250 to Lust. Maybe hit early and then you stop. That's good. 68 account. Guys, this is crazy. You spend 60 to 100 or 150 pounds a month. What does that even mean? Or is this saying 100 divided by 150? So you spend 66 pence a month. Also, daily login. Yeah, got it. 71 rares, 3 divines, 22. Everyone's telling me they're ancients. 67. Did I ask for that? I can't imagine. 670 diamonds. Gonna spend about 80 pounds this weekend for extra summons. That's probably about 90 to 100 summons. Also get 10 to 15 naturally. You'll get way more than 10 to 15. You'll get like 30 or 40. Still got campaign crystals. If you include diamonds too. Still got campaign crystals to earn. Blah 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 blah. I don't have Lust, Arrogance, Silas, or Virna. 10 into Pity. No Yovar or Carnelian. I mean, if you... I'm not... This isn't about ancients. You're missing all of them. Rip the 3 divine... No. Everything on Lust and Arrogance. Hopefully you hit her quickly. It's basically that. And then I would use all 3 of your divines going for Silas Virna. That's it. Blues and diamonds, because it's so little. Blues and diamonds on Lust, Arrogance. Hopefully you just get lucky and get Lust. Since it's such a small amount, you can knock out the rare banner. And then 3 divines. Hopefully you get 2 Silas and 1 Virna. Thank you, Dom Veros. Level 76, $30 a month. Virna A0, 94, 16k. So this is like another 100. This is a lot, right? Because 17.6 is 200. So this is like 180, 94. So this is 274. And then Yeah, it's 274 with rebate. I don't want to do the computations. We're, 320, probably you'll have about 350 by the end of the weekend, all in with events, crystals, and diamonds. Summon divines for Silas first. If I get him, go hand him on Lust Manor, hope for Lust and Arrogance. If I don't pull Silas with divines, then I need to decide between Silas and Arrogance for potential pity. On the way to 250. No legendary lord for Pierces and Torador for Nightmare. You know Torador for Nightmare? I'm assuming that's what he's saying. Okay, what you should do, this one I actually think is pretty dang clear cut. You got 16 divines for Silas. Yes, do what you said. Rip all of them. If you hit a Silas stop, then you... No, I take it back. Don't do that first. First, what you do, you go to Lust. If an early pity manipulation lines up, don't hit that early pity on Arrogance. Try to get it on Silas and Virna. If you don't hit Silas, then you continue on Lust. You do a second, if it lines up, pity manipulation on Silas Virna. If that still doesn't hit, and you still haven't picked up Arrogance, so now you're at 250, you got your Lust, and you've missed out both times on Silas, and you didn't get any random Arrogance along the way. Now you use the 16 divines. If you still haven't hit Silas, use all the remainder for Silas. If you do hit the Silas, use all the remainder for Arrogance. Boom. That is honestly correct. Opt outer. So much to go. So guys, please no more submissions. I'm going to stop at whatever it was at 9:02 when I checked before. Also, everyone do me a favor and run my new video in the background. Hook a brother up. Early birthday present. Account level 87, free to play to 20 depending on the month. Which of the 4 heroes do you already have? He's got Lust, Silas, A3, and Firna. 177 rare summons, 30k diamonds. I wouldn't even pity manipulate if I was you, unless it lines up like it did in my simple example where it's like, how could you not? Unless you're saving yourself over, let's say, unless you're saving yourself over 120 pity, I just rip it to the end. And I would just stay on the Lust Arrogance banner because A3 Silas is freaking plenty. You don't need Awakenings for Virna. And then you got Lust. The only other thing is because you're a low spender, do you just want to save? That's another option where you are. Once you rip for Arrogance. So I'd rip for Arrogance until the 250. Hopefully you just hit him early. If you hit an early Arrogance, I would just stop and save. Otherwise, if it lines up beautifully, do one pity manipulation. If it doesn't line up beautifully, just take it to the 250 and then call it a day. If you're still feeling desperate for Arrogance, you can rip the remaining. If I was you, I wouldn't do it. Legendary Divines, I'd save all of them. You're fine. A3 is a good Awakening to stop. His A5 is so good, but it's like no normal players can't like plan to get Silas A5. Like you have an A4 Silas, that's sick. But if you're sitting in an A3 Silas, I would just be happy. What are the chances you're going to pick up 2? Every time you hit a legendary on the banner, you're looking at a 20% chance at Silas. So the chance you're going to pick up 2, you'd have to be pretty freaking lucky. Champ. Level 92, 20 bucks, A1 Lust, A1 Arrogance, A1 Silas, A0 Ravina, 570 blues, 46k gems, 4 divines, no real needs other than Lords, Awakenings, future heroes. You just answered your question, dude. Live life without these Awakenings. You're not a big enough spender that you're going deep for Lust. Silas and Arrogance, awesome Awakenings. Virna, solid, but you don't need them. Given the fact that you've got such a full roster, you've like beaten so much of the game, it sounds like if you have no real needs, sit on this fat stack. It's very simple. With that many summons, with that many diamonds, just ride it up to Lust, throw in 1 or 2 pity manipulations along the way, because the Silas Awakenings, I think, are going to be more powerful. The second you hit the 250, you're done for the day. Don't spend a single divine. Save everything for, like you said here, future heroes. No reason not to be patient given your question, given your circumstance you described. Buckizard, level 69. Nice. 19s. You got some work to do, boy. Low spender. Guys, please give me a number when we do this in the future. Arrogance and Virna. 102 blue, 9605. Okay, so you have like exactly enough to get Lust. So you have basically right 9605 and 102. Yeah, 244. Okay, you get your Lust, you're done. Maybe you'll magically off banner pick up where were we? Maybe magically off banner you'll pick up a Silas along the way. Otherwise, you use your 5 divines. If you still didn't get Silas, tough. Maybe you had a couple lucky summons that will come at the end of the weekend. You guys see how high I am on Silas? You might be wondering why I'm not suggesting Silas here, because he does have arrogance. He is missing lust, and he has exactly enough to get the 250. So here, as a low spender, you go for the controlled situation where you're guaranteed the special exclusive hero, as opposed to absolutely gambling for Silas, who you probably won't get. So you do a pure 250 for lust. Maybe off banner, you'll pick up a Silas along the way. If you don't, after you hit lust, drop those 5 divines. Hopefully you pick up a Silas. Account level 8, no problem. Account level 81, spinner type free to play. Which of the 4 heroes do you already have? Have all of them at A0. How many summons? 32k, 226 blues, 21 yellows. Pretty crazy situation as a free to play. You must be saving like an insane person. I wouldn't use any of your yellows. I would just save them and wait for the 2x by 15x that's going to have Lucius and Bubba. That's just me. If you really want to get some Silas Awakenings, you can gamble for it, but you guys know I'm not very high on Virna Awakenings. For all your summons, I would not use all of this stuff. I would do up to your 250 for Lust. Hopefully it works out that you can do 2 Pity Manipulations, so I have 2 shots to get some Silas Awakenings. Otherwise, just take it to 250 and call it a day. Who knows, maybe you'll pick up an Arrogance too. I would stop after the 250. After the manipulation, the 250, I'd stop. Dare HDO. Getting towards the end here, I hope. Silas and Virna, but no Arrogance and Lust. Fighters, you have Ardia and Zila too. Well, I even forgot about Ardia. She's so good, I like forget about her. 91 blues, 5,200 diamonds, so you're not getting there. Pity's fresh. 30, struggling what to do. Yeah, YOLO for Lust. I know you're saying you already have good fighters, but you also already have Silas and Virna. You're, you got a YOLO for Lust. Hawkus, level 95. This is my mod. Priv card, monthly stamina. Also my guild leader now. Lust A2, Silas A4, Arrogance A1, Virna A0. I mean, you know what I'm going to say, dude. I feel like you have the itch. I know you, so you should do kind of what I'm doing. We are in very similar situations, right? Kind of switch your Virna with your Arrogance, your Silas. We have the exact same awakenings, right? Like my Silas is A2, my Arrogance is A4, my Virna is A1, and my Lust is A0. Yeah, I know he's itching. Basically, do what I'm going to do tomorrow, essentially. Rip to the 250 to get an extra Lust, get that A3. I do like her A3. You already have A2. Along the way, hopefully you can spin 2 Pity Manipulations. But if it's getting out of hand, just do the 1. Who knows, maybe you'll be unlucky and hit early. At that point, I know you're still going to have the itch because I know you. Do until you hit your first legendary on divines. Try not to rage after and call it a day. Ideally, you should come out of the situation with like 250 summons left over of your rare and diamonds, and then hopefully like 19 divines. So you'll be pretty set for future stuff. All right, Optic Gamer red, 250 blues, 1 yellow, 2 ancients, low spender. I mean, it's. I wish you told me who you have. So you have 1 Silas. No Lust, no Arrogance, no Virna. Rip YOLO for Lust and Arrogance. Chris, account level 84, spend around 30 to 50 a month. A1 Lust, no Arrogance, A1 Silas, A0 Virna, 180 blues, 3 divines, 6k. So you have exactly enough, right? 180 and then 6k is going to be about 70 summons. You're like with rebate a little bit more, but I don't think you can pity me. Rip that 250 straight to rip those summons straight to 250, and I really hope you get an Arrogance or 2 along the way. Yes, you should go all in for Arrogance. No, just with this situation, definitely Arrogance. With this, like, mid spender, maybe slightly low end of mid, but to me, very solid spender. This is a great opportunity. Go snag that Arrogance. And if you start itching, I would even drop an extra, you drop your monthly 30 if you think it's going to get you to 1 more pity. Kings Valley Forge. Hawkers, do not pull everything. Control yourself. Account level 89, spinner type free to play, but could see you going for a really good bundle. If you're a free to play, I would think they'll offer you a really good bundle this weekend. Definitely use my calculator on fastidious.gg. We worked really hard on that. That should help you find what a really good thing is. We also rate everything here. Daily pack calculator, Shadow Demon does that. So that's something to keep in mind. Where were we? A1 Lust, no Arrogance, A1 Silas, A0 Virna. This is what I just talked. Yeah, rip it, go for Arrogance. Here we are. Free to play, go for a good bundle. A3 Silas. You don't have any of the other ones? That's pretty remarkable. You don't have Arrogance or Virna, but you've pulled 4 Silas. Rare summons 172, 10 summons of Diamonds, 20 into Pity. Um, 10 summons of Diamonds, so you're at 182. I mean, 182 is not as far off as you think. This is honestly, Kings Valley, if you don't mind breaking your free to play and you're interested in spending, that 182 total is going to come out to 210 over the weekend. I guarantee you, between natural diamonds, natural summons, and then event stuff that will be going on, you will get at least bare minimum 20 more summons. So you'd only have to spend maximum $20. If you got a good bundle, you're talking $10. And if the event stuff is better than we think, you might be talking $0. You will be able to get Lust. So that's what you should do. Guys, please stop typing. I'm stopping at the 902 ones, like I said. You can see this is just going forever. Sandstorm, 68 free to play, no Lesser Arrogance, and you have Silas and Virna, 6k diamonds, 30 rares, 4 divines. Love you, bro, but like, why do you even have to ask me this? Just freaking YOLO for Lust and Arrogance, and I hope you get them both. Sorry about the King Hearts, dude. 4 divines, I'd hold them. Thank you very much, Fireballs. Not to spend money for summons and to save. You have all of them. You spend, but what, I don't know what your monthly spending is like. 60-ish total. Spend the 60. Yeah, I'd spend the 60 YOLOing for an A1 Lust, unless you already have Torador, in which case I wouldn't do anything. I would just stand pat and save everything. Definitely don't spend a penny. You're good. Dat Boy, level 90, A0 Lust, level 90, A0. I'm assuming this is a typo, and I'm assuming it's just one. I don't think he has 2 accounts. Level 90, A0 Lust, A1 Arrogance, Silas A1, Virna A0. I think I hit 1 legendary, then wait on Kagiri. Thoughts? You didn't tell me how many summons you have. If you have enough that you can guarantee 1 pity, yeah, YOLO a pity for Lust and Arrogance, I would say. Or if you really, I don't know, if you're the kind of account, didn't tell me enough. If you're the kind of account that has Silas everywhere, then yeah, maybe you can go for the A2. You have 197 summons. Do you spend, Eduardo? 9,800 diamonds? Oh, then do a Lust and a Manipulation. But I don't know how big if you spend over $50 a month, then do a Lust and a Manipulation. Anything lower than that, if you're like a normal mid spender or a lower spender or free to play, then I would just do nothing, honestly, or just rip 1 Lust. But you can stand pat. This is pretty good. I know your account. This is enough. R-type light spender. You are not a light spender, bro. Compared to Sassy, dude. Compared to Sassy, you don't even own a phone and a computer. But light spender. Light spender. You guys have all seen his account, right? You guys were there when we just went and W Gold crazy and picked up a random dupe Ingrid. 110 into Pity, A0 Less, A2 Arrogance, A1 Silas, A2 Virna. You should, I mean, it depends how much you want to spend this month, dude, because I feel like some months you spend like a little and some months you spend a ton. If you want to actually whale, then I think you should go for at least A3 Arrogance, A3 Silas, and get 1 more copy of Lust. You're not going to be able to crack and get A5 Lust. So, yeah, right, he does have Torador. I forgot. It's still worth it though, because I think knowing his account, I think he should go for at least A3 Arrogance and A3 Silas. So basically, what I would do: rip Lust to 250. Hopefully, we can finesse 2 pities along the 2 pity manips along the way. 2 nipples. 2 pity manipples along the way. And then maybe we'll pick up the Silases there. We shouldn't use the Divines, I think, honestly. I would save that. Because your account's going to want A3 Bubba if you can pull it off, and you might actually have a pretty good shot with everything else I know you're going to have saved and everything else you'll get. Yeah, I would go. It depends. I would, honestly, it is true because you have Torador. Just if it lines up right, do like the one easy pity manipulation. If it doesn't, just rip it to the end. You should try to get at least A3 Arrogance. The A1 Lust, just think of it as a bonus, because you're gonna want at least that A3 Arrogance, and then you can reassess. If you hit it really early and get lucky, you can start dreaming about A5. But otherwise, I think you're good to go. Articuno, yeah, he's like a lower end whale, higher end dolphin. I know the account. I was just on it the other day. Level 91. I would say you're late game. This is all pretty good. No lust, 70 rares, 10k diamonds. Where are you going to pull after you get your 250 lust? Bro, you have 70 rares, 10k diamonds. As it stands now with rebate, you might barely scrape it to 250. I don't think you're going to have anything left over. Just get your lust. Simple as that. You need her. Unless you're going to spend more. I wouldn't do anything. These awakenings are pretty darn solid. If you want to go for hopefully you pick up an A3 Arrogance on your way to Lust, and then yeah, if you want, you can go for the A3 Silas. I think that's pretty darn good. Yeah, honestly, R-Type, I would say, yeah, I'm assuming I'm going to pull for you, right? So I'll pull for you the way I want to do, and then once we've pulled like 400 summons, we decide if we're going to stop or not, and then you can point me or I can give my advice then. I think that's probably just easier. I don't think you should pull more than like 400 or 500 summons total, unless we're like on a heater and we think we're going to get an A5 Arrogance or something. Which, knowing your account, is actually kind of likely. I would love for you to get A3s. If you're saying you're planning to spend this money to get these numbers higher, and you could throw in like a pity manipulation and then maybe like one more pity post lust on Silas, that's what I would do. Because you do have Yovar. But yeah. Main goal is just lust, still trying to complete gaining all units in the game slowly. 73, 126, 50 into pity. 12 rare summons for dude, everything on lust, just hope for the best. There's nothing else to say with this few summons. Yeah, just try to grab your lust, quiet tokes. I said 902 I would stop, or at 838. 72 day 9 to 3. I have Virna and none of the others. 30 rare summons, 2 divines. I rip the 2 divines first, see if you hit a Silas. If you do, then rip all the remaining on Lust and Arrogance. Otherwise, decide how important it is that you get a Lust, since she's limited and she won't be coming back for 5 months at least. If I was you, I'd be inclined just to take the L because you're free to play and just go all in for Silas and hope for the best. Hopefully you just hit him with the divines and then you can go all in trying to hit that early lust. But otherwise, yeah, I'd go for Silas. That's up to you though. Anth is sending a picture. Yeah, we went over this account already. Total noob, nice. We love a total noob. 25 monthly passes and like 50 to 100 euros. None of the heroes. Only legendaries are Regulus, Glacius, and Razak. If you're willing to spend 50 to 100 euros, 100 euros will get you enough to get you Lust. Get the 250. Otherwise, I would just YOLO for Lust and Arrogance. You're pulling on Lust and Arrogance regardless. If you're close at all, after the weekend events, after the rebate, everything, I don't know. You're so early on, you can probably pick up tons of free summons. I would try to get that Lust 250, but I'm not trying to tell you to spend. I'm just going by these numbers. Fuchs. Account level 48, 16 days old. Nice progress. 50 to 100 a month. More if I get the itch. 196 blues, about 10k gems. So we're looking at, with a rebate, about 350. 51 to pity, none of the 4. Looking at these heroes, you have Zealatu, you have Arrogance, you have Wrath, excuse me. You have Wrath, you have Ares, but not a frickin' only Iona. Like, I'm not seeing a Comet, I'm not seeing a Boreas, and certainly I'm not seeing anything like a Lucius or a Yovar, Sargok. What you should do is like heavy pity manipulation. Take that 51, throw like 100, whatever, 149 onto the Lust Arrogance banner. If you don't hit a legendary by that point, move over. Hope you hit Silas. If after you hit that legendary, hopefully it is Silas. Move back, run that thing. You should have enough. run that thing all the way up to 249. This is the best case scenario. Then move back, hopefully go for Silas again, unless you had already hit him, in which case just rip the 250 and then call it a day. But basically, you want to do as much pity manipulation as you can to get shots at Silas, but no reason not to go for Lust since you do have so many holes in this roster. Not your fault, young account, but you know what I'm saying. Level 79, low spend, have Lust and Virna, no Silas or Arrogance. 113, 50, 700, 170 towards pity. All right, rock that first 170 towards pity. Do like the 35 pulls you need on this. Here's what you do. 170, do exactly 30 pulls on Lust Arrogance. Now you've just entered soft pity, so you're 30 into the Lust counter. Move to Silas, do a pity manip, hit one really quickly. Hopefully it's Silas. If it's not, alas, rip everything else. And I think by the end of the weekend, you actually should have, especially if you're a low spender, you want to spend a tiny bit more, and you should get that Lust 250. Maybe you'll hit less early too. I don't know. Hi, Fasty. I only have Silas, 100 to 200 a month, 67 day 91. No idea about pity. 125 rare summons, 2 divines, 2.2k diamonds. Use the 2 divines. No. Okay. So first, that's not enough to get to the 250. You only have Silas. YOLO for Lust and Arrogance. Hope for the best. Maybe you'll magically pick up Virna along the way. Assuming you don't. After that, because you're not going to get to 250, move over, use your 2 divines, and hope you hit a Virna. Probably going to buy a takeover. Hit me up, my friend. Yeah, we can do a lot with this account. We already did this one, right? Oh, you just updated it. Okay, Darth Zeus. Oh, I'm getting towards 902. I have Silas A4, Virna A2, Arrogance A2, Lust A1. Very similar to me. Flip the Arrogance and the Silas. Spend up to $100 depending on the banner. Day 209. No idea about my pity. 9,800 diamonds, 30 rares, 50 divines. I mean, the A5 Silas would be sick. You don't need anything, dude. If you're saying you spend up to $100, you could snag another Lust, get her to A2, and then, you know, maybe you pick up a bonus copy if it happens fast. I don't know. And then you could get Lust A5 by Valentine's Day, on Valentine's Day, assuming that's when she comes back. Yeah, I would be leaning towards A5 Silas as well if I was you. I also would consider just skipping all of these banners if I was you, but the A3 Arrogance would be sick. The A5 Silas would be sick. Rip the 5 divines on Silas and Virna. With that small amount, maybe just get lucky and you nail the Silas. Then you can decide if you have the itch to go for Lust as well. Maybe pick up Arrogance too. I mean, you're not going to get to that 250. Probably not worth spending given your situation. Rip the 5 divines. If you don't get Silas, just do a gut check. I think if I was you, I would even consider standing pat, but obviously it's hard not to. If you can't get up to the 250, I think I just wouldn't even bother and take the weekend off. I know that's hard to say, but you're in a pretty great spot just looking at all these heroes already. I'm seeing a pretty crazy Arbiter team. Probably going to drop $100. Well, it sounds like you're already committed. Then yeah, use the divines on Silas. If you don't hit him, maybe some more divines pop up. You get some more chances. And then I would probably just unload for if you truly are spending $100 a banner, you probably actually have a realistic shot to get A5 Lust by Valentine's Day. That's a pretty cool thing to do. Otherwise, YOLO for Silas and hope for the best. It's really up to you. I hope that answers. This is a very unique situation to be like this level of like big spender, not huge spender, and kind of have everything pretty darn full with Awakenings. You're like on the cusp, but then you're kind of YOLOing for things based on your spending you're going to pick up randomly along the way anyway. I'm speaking of Camjar. I thought that was Darth Zeus. I got just based on the response. Anyway. Renz, level 96, no Lust and Arrogance, no Virna either. A0 Silas, low spender, 250 blues, 11 divines, 64 into pity. All right, so 64 into pity, rip 136 on the Lust banner. If you haven't hit a legendary by then, use the pity on the Silas Virna banner. Hope you hit Virna. If you haven't, then I would take it again if it lines up perfectly towards like the very end on Lust. If you have a handful of pity, I would use it again on Silas Virna. If you still don't hit Virna, then grab your Lust, unload all the divines for Virna. If you still don't have her, unload everything for Virna. If you did get her, hopefully by this point, unload everything for Arrogance. Andrew, big epic account winner. Level 93. I think he was the third or fourth place. Big epic account. Level 93 day, just 2 days away from a year. Low spender. Hopefully we'll have the fortune and gold card available to buy. 150 blues, 15k diamonds. So we're talking there about, with rebates, slightly more than 350 summons, maybe 3 gold summons. I think that depends if his deals show up. He has every hero already. Cleared most content, not top box. Oddly enough, I think I'm going all on Arrogance and just Taverna. If I get a pity really close to 250, Lust and Arrogance are. I wholeheartedly agree with what you said here. A1 Styles, it's pretty darn good. If the pity manipulation lines up, do it. Otherwise, yeah, just unload for Styles and for Arrogance and Lust. I think that's a good idea. I wouldn't go too insane. If the manipulation doesn't line up, maybe just stop at 250 summons. Count 43. We got a new account here, $100 a month. You have nobody. About 200 rares, 20 into pity, 14,860. Do standard pity manipulation. Right before you do the first manipulation, I would start ripping. Standard pity manipulation. If you can rock two. Likely you'll just do one. After you do the first one, if you still haven't hit, ride Lust to the end. If there is room for another one, do another one, but most likely there won't be. At that point, get your Lust, rip all the divines. With that many divines and 9 into pity, you probably will hit 2 or 3 legendaries. Between 1 and 3. Very likely. I'd like to think you'll hit 2 or 3. Very likely you could hit one of the 2 raid ups, and that can inform your decision for the remaining summons. Or you'll hit, something special off banner. I don't know. But that's the order I would go, and then you reassess after the fact. All right, I think the society is the last one. Stop here. Yeah, I am going to stop there. Sorry, guys. You can go back. I'm sure someone was in a similar situation to you. Level 67, the society. 81 days in. A0 Silas. No Arrogance, no Veer, no Lust. 120 rares, 17 ancients, 498 diamonds. This is nice. None of this includes events. 20 rares into pity. 7,500 W gold, which I believe is $75. Can purchase the Dragon Pass for 3 ancients, 2 divines, 12 rares. Then the rest elsewhere or just elsewhere. He's got amazing. He's got Paradis, which is sick. And then a bunch of Epic Lords. Yeah, fairly young account here. Yeah, you need 122 rares. That $75 should get you about 75 summons. Throw in the diamonds, which is like another 5. You're at 205 with rebate, with events. I do think you'll be able to get to 250. Just scrape to Lust. Hopefully it works. In terms of the divines you already have, you have 0, but looks like you're going to buy 2. Yeah, YOLO those 2, and hopefully you get Virna, but everything else just go for Lust. I think you will make it to 250 by the end of the weekend. Yeah, good, really good account. Stop here. There's only 4 more. All right, I'll do the last 4. Well, and one of them's death anyway. So, like Karma, free to play, A1 Lust, A0 all others, 300 summons, 16,000 diamonds. Here's the thing: I use Nightmare Power Couple and Silas and Drake and Semra. I'm both here on 48k. Is there one awakening that could help you? No. Sorry, dude. Farm up gear. You don't need no awakenings. You're not gonna get 2k from any. No, you don't need 2k from any awakening. You can easily get 2k with gear and artifacts. Honestly, if you're a true free to play, you didn't say what level account you are. I would consider just skipping this whole weekend because you already have everybody. Otherwise, go for Lust with 1 pity manipulation. Simple as that. Then call it a day. All right. Draconis, A2 Arrogance, A3 Virna, A1 Lust, no Silas. We already know what you're gonna do, dude. 100 blues, 25k diamonds, which comes out to about, with rebates, like another 300. So you got about 400 summons with event, probably 450 to 500 by the time it's all said and done. Thinking pity manipulation and golds for Silas, then get Lust. Correct. I agree. Just make sure, be careful when to do the gold summons. So yeah, I would basically like rip Lust. Hopefully you can do 2 pity manipulations. If both those miss, then you grab Lust. After that, do the golds. If that still misses, unload everything else trying to get Silas. Full stop. I will say if you've actually beaten everything, you didn't really say the progress, but level 93. Now you need to go for Silas. I stand by what I originally said. Song Jeon In. Sounds Korean. Level 56. Tomorrow will be 90 days playing, 95% free to play. Yeah, so Iona to play and a couple things. So handful of money spent. Birna A0 recently got Arrogance Artifact. Doesn't matter. It's only useful with many promotions. Otherwise, it's going to sit in your inventory like mine does. 81 rares, 6 divines, 15 ancients, 2,100 diamonds. So we're talking like about 250 summons plus the 81. So we're like 330, about 400 with rebate. 85 into pity. Objective, Yovar, Lust, Silas, or maybe Arrogance. Just have Virna. Okay, yeah, you go for Lust. Hopefully you can pity manipulate 2 times. King Valley Forge, stop typing. This is my last one. I'm sticking to it. This is my last one. Yeah, you go for Lust, obviously, since you don't have her. Pity manipulate twice. Ideally, I hope it works out. If you still haven't hit, unload everything. Unload everything. Unload the 6 divines for Silas. If you still haven't hit and you haven't picked, hopefully you picked up Arrogance along the way to Lust. If you haven't, though, and you still haven't hit a Silas, you go for Silas. If you did hit Silas, then you go for Arrogance. There you go. And that's where it is, guys. Any final questions? I think we were pretty thorough here. In the end, we answered, I think, at least like 30 people or something. This was a lot in the end. Wish you knew how to see all that information. It's all right here. You just go. What do you mean? You just scroll up. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. A lot of yapping, but hopefully it was helpful for some people. I really hope so. Yeah, if you need, I have videos explaining all this stuff in more detail. This kind of stream was under the presumption everybody had already seen those, so we were all somewhat informed. So I hope it did help. Yeah, appreciate it. If you want to see stuff like this again, especially if you're watching in the future, let me know in the comments. It's weird. It felt like I did this for 3 hours and it was an hour and a half. Just pretty nonstop. Pulse parties tomorrow, guys. It's my actual birthday tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Fastidious. Share with your mother. I'll see you real soon. Bye.